Alright guys, I bought another Nissan. It's a 1980 here. He's gonna help me pull the bed off. This one we're gonna convert it into like a work sitting for about 5 years. Power steering, AC, everything. So the front end has the grill. Pull it over here. It's got some premium Goodyears on it. Well, they were premium. We'll pull off this camper shell and we're gonna pull this bed off. We're gonna cut it real nice, tight, and that, you know, ready to go for the. I happened to get this trailer, so what we're gonna do is cut the axle off this thing, cut off the tongue, 2x10s, whatever, across it, and this installed. I'll make a video run, see if it goes or not. Use whatever we cut off the trailer. We can use it for brackets on this thing, or. Alright guys, I bought another Nissan. It's a 1989 four-wheel drive. Not in too bad of shape. Pretty nice. Have my nephew here. He's gonna help me pull the bed off. It did come with a camper shell we pulled off over there. This is gonna be our project for now because I'm gonna have to do some big money stuff to the drift truck. So this one we're gonna convert into like a work kind of hunting truck. The original owner, he didn't have a key, so I had to cut off the ignition switch so I could at least steer it over here when I pulled it. The dash has seen better days. Bench seats pretty nice, pretty clean. The headrest kind of messed up. Rear seats are gone. Then they have a little custom gun rack or whatever that thing was. But nice little charms there. But all around seems like a good little truck. This one's nothing fancy. I got it fairly cheap. It's been sitting for about 5 years. I was gonna do a will it run, but with that key gone we can't really. K24. Then the air cleaner was off, so it's pretty dusty in there. We got to get a battery in it, but it has power steering, AC, everything, so it's a pretty loaded truck. But I like the front end it has, the grill. We'll probably build a off-roadish kind of bumper for it. What else? Oh yeah, I pulled it over here. It's got some premium Goodyears on it. Well, they were premium, I guess, back in the 40s and 50s. They even have a split ring wheel on it, so kind of sketchy. But I just had my nephew Dominic help me pull off this camper shell, and we're gonna pull this bed off because this is the bed we're gonna use for the drift truck. It has a full everything, so we're gonna cut it real nice, tight, kind of keep it enclosed so we can still have a bed on the drift truck. So this bed will be going on the drift truck, and then this one we got a plan for this one. So let's get this bed off. All right, guys. So the tires aren't in the best of shape, so they all four went flat. I did get the bed off, getting that, you know, ready to go for the drift truck. One of my plans on this for being a good work truck. You know, you think of hard workers, you think of ranchers, farmers, you know, all those guys, and they have flatbeds. And I happened to get this trailer for free, no title or anything, but I mean, it's a solid built trailer. So what we're gonna do is cut the axle off this thing, cut off the tongue, and all this little square tubing and stuff, and we'll get it put on the back of this truck. We'll lay down some 2x6s, 2x10s, whatever, across it, and have us a little flatbed Nissan. And then, you know, later on we'll get some wheels for it, get it running. I ordered an ignition switch for it with keys, so we just gotta replace this because I didn't have a key for that. So we'll get that going. Once I get this installed, I'll make a video of installing it, and then after that's installed we can do a will it run, see if it goes or not. But for now, I think we'll just get working on this flatbed, see how we'll probably use the factory mounting points and then just use whatever we cut off the trailer. We can use it for brackets on this thing or figure out different stuff. So we'll get to cutting up this trailer to be a flatbed. All right, well, easy. It was easy. Would have been easier with somebody else, but it was easy. I got it up here. We'll have to cut the tongue off. I'm not too sure if I'm going to cut it off here or just leave it full length. I might leave it full length just to get full 6.5 foot bed. But for now, we'll end up pushing this down, put a jack stand underneath that jack, get it laying flat, get it all centered up. And my math was a little off. Wheel wells don't exactly line up, but we can always cut those off, make it work the way we want it to work. So let's get that jack stand put underneath it. So I'm going to push down on that. I just need you put underneath it. I'll edit you out. Actually, I can probably do it actually, now that I think about it. I can probably do it now that I think about it. I'll just lift it up from this side instead of push down on that side. Look at that. Is that not the sickest thing you've ever seen? But for the most part, sick. Alright, so we kind of got it mocked up for the most part. That's where it's going to live, is where it sits right now. That tail part of it is a little long, so I think what we'll do is cut it here at this point across the whole way, and we'll have it at that length. We can use the remainder of the trailer to beef up any places that I see necessary or something. But we'll probably ditch the wheel wells. We'll cut this further, because now that I get to looking, if I cut the front of the trailer, move it forward, those wheel wells, because down the road I want to run 33s on this thing, or 35s, and I'm not quite sure they'll fit in that. So I think what we're gonna do is just ditch that idea, cut it. We might get some different wheel wells, I guess, but for the most part we'll leave it this wide. It does stick out a little further than the truck, but I like the idea of that being wide. We might put a toolbox right here, one of those triangle kind of toolboxes, but we'll cut off all the rails. We'll build our own rails on it. Yes, so I guess now we'll get this cut off for now. Alright guys, we got the back cut off. We'll do some cleaning up back there, figure out how we're gonna do the lights. I ended up cutting off this wheel well, kind of centered it in the cut, the wheel centered in the cut. We built some beams there, close it up like this side was, and then I don't know, the more I look at it, we'll probably just put a lift kit on this thing. Run some wider tires so the tires meet the outside of this. In all, I feel like this is coming out to be the right size, perfect size for this. But yeah, I'm digging this a lot. We'll have to be careful cutting this side. The fuel tank here, so we'll hide that, all that stuff. Try to not light on fire today, but it's coming along pretty good. I'm liking this. We might bevel these ends, kind of give it, you know, a nicer look. I have 2-inch DOM tubing that once we get this built, we'll start from somewhere, find a good solid point, go up and over, and have it, you know, meet up to a tube that's gonna come up from here. It should come out all right. Guys, so got a little more work done. Welded in that little corner piece there, so that's how that's going to be, is like that. Let's leave that opening over the wheel. I'm not too worried about how close that is to the tire, because when we put wheels on it, they're going to be offset wheels, so it'll push the tire away from the frame of the flatbed. I did find out mounting points. I put the angle finder over there. I put it on the frame underneath, and then I checked the angle of the bed. And what I found was, if I just put a flat piece of metal and bolt it at that point, and then I could just make whatever mounts for the front, because that main beam there is laying across the frame. So we could just put this flat piece there, drill a hole, throw a bolt through it, and we'll probably gusset it or something too, just give it a little more strength. But that flat to the bottom of the flatbed will work perfect for the angle that we need. So it's like this thing's meant to be. So we'll get to making these brackets. All right, guys, we got most of it done. We got a bracket we built there in the front. We have those two little L brackets. We still got to gusset those a little bit. I don't think those will be strong enough as they sit now. But we got the other wheel well cut off. I just got to add the other C channel there that holds this tight. Finish welding this bracket, and then pretty much the framing's done. I do want to cut off all of this angle iron, make it smooth on the outside, and then what we'll do is we'll cut it here or somewhere within that range, and you know, kind of dovetail the back to narrow it down, just to kind of give it a different look, I guess, other than just box off. But yeah, I'll weld that last little piece up there and see how she comes out. Alright guys, I got this flatbed all finished up. I kind of changed my mind on a couple things, but the framing's done of it. We'll kind of go over it a little bit, but I just want to bring up the plan, I guess, of this truck. But it's going to be like a hunting kind of truck for me and my dad. If we get an elk, it'd be easy to load the elk up on the bed of the truck. It's kind of a work truck as well. I work on it's me and two other guys that work on a crew. I'll probably only use it whenever one guy calls in. It's just two of us going. But other than that, I mean, it should be a good solid truck. I could put my Duramax to rest for everyday use. But yeah, it came out pretty good. I decided not to cut the little dovetail, I guess, kind of look on the back. Decided to leave it real squared up. Down the road, we'll probably, well, I mean, we still got a little bit to go before it's an actual functioning flatbed, but I do want to build this corner a little stronger, and then run some tubes up and go over, and then build a headache rack back here. But for now, I think we'll just throw some wood on it. That'll be, you know, a later video. But for now, we got the frame done of this truck. Now kind of what I want to do is just pressure wash everything, get the frame, you know, all the dirt off the frame, all the dust off the body of the truck. We'll get the truck real cleaned up, see how good we can get it, and then yeah, we'll see how she looks.